Hello, it's me. How is everyone? Hope you're all doing well. I've got half an eye on something else at the moment, which is very rude of me, but you know. Anyway, so yes, we've got some stuff in an auction at the moment. Some of my father's bits are currently being sold. So I've got half an eye on them because it's been most of the day so far and we've just got to his lots. But it's fine, I can go back and see them later on. So how is everyone? I hope you're all doing well. I'm just finishing off some welcome packs for my new team members. I've had 3 new team members already this month, which is fantastic. So I am busy prepping their welcome kit, because I always send out a little welcome kit, which doesn't seem to want to get chopped up at the moment. So let me know where you are joining from and how things are doing with you. So it's roughly 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment. I'm hoping that it's gone live properly. That's not the one I'm looking for. Panic! Yes, I'm live. Super duper. So I'm guessing you guys will be joining me at some point. Oh, I shouldn't say guys because I've had someone complain that they don't like it when I call you guys. I hope you are all joining me soon. At the moment I'm Billy No Mates, but that's fine. I know I had a discussion with it was my team meeting last night, and I had a discussion with them about the fact that they know when I'm going live on a Tuesday because they get an alert, but for some reason they don't get an alert on a Thursday, which is really odd, and I don't know why that is. It's probably something to do with the settings in YouTube and the alerts. I don't know. But I'm always here at roughly 3 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. That's UK time. So that's 4 o'clock European, and I have no idea what time it is anywhere else. I know we're an hour behind Central European time. That's about as far as I go. There's Barbara. Hello. Oh, as I dip down. How is Barbara talking about Central European time? And Lorna's with me. You got an alert. Yay! And Claire is here. Claire, I am just prepping your welcome pack. Sherry from Oregon, 7 a.m. in the States. Wow. That's dedication. I hope you've got a good, strong cup of coffee going. Because at 7 o'clock in the morning, that is my priority. So yes, I always send out a little welcome pack. I won't show you everything that goes in it because that will spoil the surprise for Claire, who's going to be getting one. I might show you a little bit. Hello, Jessie. So, all I'm doing at the moment, which I will show you, is chopping up colour cards. So I always send my new team members colour swatches. So I've been having a bit of a conveyor belt because it always seems that I've run out just as I need them, and I suddenly go, oh, I know what I need. Oh, I'll have some in my new member box, and then I find I haven't. So yes, these are the colour swatches that I send out, and they go out with a book ring. There's lots of other things that go out as well. I mean, nothing major, but yeah. So those will be going in the post later on this afternoon. But first, before I do that, I'm going to share with you, so every month, as well as the customer gift that I send out for qualifying orders, I also send out for anyone who uses the host code. I send out a couple of craft kits, which are based. Normally I do cards. This time I'm doing a box as well as a card, but it's easy, so that's why. And it's using new Christmas stuff. Whoa! I say whoa. That only works if into Christmas, of course, which I am just a little bit. So I am going to flip you down and show you the first one that I'm going to make, which is this. Let's check that, yes. I'll bring it up so that you can see it properly. So that's what we're going to be making. And it's using both the red velvet. Oh, I can't find my icon. Why is my mouse not working? Come on, mouse. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Ah, phew. So it's using the red velvet, which carried over from a snowy white. So this is how they will be sent out. Obviously, I can't send the stamped image, but what people will be getting is a little bit of the gold trim, which is the elegant, Simply Elegant trim, which comes in gold and silver, and I've used gold. The die cut using the pillow box die. So pillow box die cut, because it's velvety, it's catching bits. So a pillow box, a label, and then these little guys, you will only get 3 in your kit. Hello, Judith! Talking of people who are going to get this kit, so this is what you will be getting shortly. They should be going out today as the July custom thank you craft kit. You will actually get 3 of these mints, but I kind of threw all of the spares that I had in. And I've been really kind. I've stuck sticky on the back. So these have got sticky strip on. So all you need to do, she says, all famous last words, is peel the backing off. And as I say, these are in the snowy white velvet. And then it's real red card, because I thought sticking it onto fuzzy card probably wouldn't be the easiest thing in the world, and I do like these to be relatively simple to put forward, to make up. So that is, let me see if I am in shot. There's a slight delay between me filming and you seeing. Yes, so that is what they make up as. This is the larger size. There is a smaller size, which is this one, and what you want to do is make up the 3 that I've included. So that's the smaller size, and as I say, I've put sticky back on the back of them, like that. And then you don't have to put your bone folder over the back, but it just helps make sure that they're properly stuck. And then the last one, I think most of the kits that I've put together have got this. I've got 1 large and 2 small. I think a couple might have 2 large and 1 small, but it's basically 1 large and 2 small. So those are my little peppermints. So the next thing we've got to do, let me put my mouse out of the way, is actually stamp on our label. Now I'm using frosted gingerbread because I've got it, and it's the one that goes sort of with this pillow box. And I'm going to do Sending Peppermint Wishes again. Obviously you can put any sentiment on that you want. You don't have to, you don't have to use this one. So let me grab a C block, and I'm using cinnamon cider for no good reason other than I quite like cinnamon cider. So we'll ink that up, so Sending You Peppermint Wishes, and that fits quite nicely onto our label, like that. So let me pop that away and clean my stamp. It's almost like I've got things sorted out in my room. I have to say, if you could see the mess that is currently my studio, you would wonder how I'm actually managing to get anything done. I am pretty much wondering how I'm getting anything done as well. I've got everything that I need for the product shares. which I'm starting to chop up hopefully this afternoon, but it's more likely, knowing me, to be tomorrow. So yes, lots of chopping to be done, and then lots of bagging. So these come scored. Be a little bit wary because the velvet does break a bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to open it up so that it has open ends, because it's easier to stick flat to this rather than trying to stick a side on. You can make the pillow boxes up so that I can explain that in something resembling English. So again, I'm just using the score lines that the die puts in. Like that. I'm just wondering, where have I got? Oh, there they are. I might also show you what I'm sending as a thank you pack. Although again, that will spoil the surprise for customers that are watching. So I'll think about that. I might ask Judith as she's here whether she wants to see what's in her thank you pack or not. Now, so what you can do, you'll get it either tomorrow or Saturday, Judith. So it depends whether you can bear to have the surprise spoiled or not. So what you can do is you can stick those together, although I'd probably do it that way around so that the open bit is at the back. You can stick the sides together and then have this as your opening. But I'm thinking it's probably going to be easier to have the ends opening. So as I say, you can do it that way, and I'm really not showing that well. But hey, right, so what I'm going to do is move that. I've had this linen bow that I mean to be using so many times and still haven't got around to using it, so it keeps just moving along. It's got a glue dot on it, so yeah. Glue dot on. So Judith, are you happy for me to show you, or show everyone, what's going to be in your thank you pack this month? Or would you rather I didn't and you had it as a surprise when it arrives in the next day or two? So if you can let me know, that would be lovely. So yes, I'm just popping on some glue dots. I might be generous and put, actually no, I don't need 5 rather. And then all I'm going to do is with the ends flat. Happy to see what's in the pack. Lovely, thank you Judith, I will show people. So I'm going to just pop that down, stick that on like that, and then the sides just pop in. Now I like to do the back in first so that the fold is at the front. So that goes there, that goes there, and then we tie our ribbon, well, twine round. Now what I have done is I've tied this in a knot first. So tie it in a proper knot. Let's make sure the ends are reasonably equal. Yes, they are. Of course, you can squish it round. If you want to move it, you can. It's quite easy to move. I'll show you that in a minute. So I'm just going to tie a reef knot at the top. And then if you wanted to move it round, what I would do is I would open up the ends. She says, trying to get the ends open. And then you can bend this and move it to where you want. So I want it slightly over to the front, so I can bend it so it moves round. So it's very easy to move. But tie it constructed or semi-constructed so that you've got a good base to work from. And then having got your knot, you can then tie your knot into a bow, assuming you can work out how you're going to do that, which, knowing my ability to tie a bow on camera, seems to be eluding me at the moment. But I have to say, thinking about on camera, so yesterday there were, I want to say there were about 11 of us on the call, so there were a good number of us. I mean, it was at least half of the team were on the call last night, which was wonderful. And some of them work funny shifts and things, so it doesn't always work out. But I think we laughed more than doing anything else. It was slightly hysterical, but great fun. And because we're spread, it's quite nice to just chill, because we don't have the opportunity, COVID or no COVID, really, to get together face to face that often. So I'm just putting on 4 dimensionals. Dimensionals and velvet aren't great friends, but it's fine. It's fine. It will work. So just pop that so that it's not got a piece of paper stuck to it. Always a plan. So that... Oh! That's on. Then I'm going to pop this on with a glue dot. So this one I'm going to stick at the back here. It's almost easier to do this when it's flat and then pop it up because you've got something to push against. Then this one I'm going to pop on with a glue dot just there. And then this one I'm going to pop on with a glue dot and a mini dimensional, because this one's going to hang over the edge. So this one is going to go just there. So that is our first little customer thank you. And this is, as I say, the kit that they get to make up. So you will be getting one of those soon, Judith. And the card is this. So the pieces that I have included, and again, this is from the gingerbread and peppermint suite. You probably could, Lorna. Yes, very good suggestion. Yes, so Lorna has, for those of you who can't see the comments, and I know not everyone can, you can put a bit of glue onto the dimensional so that when you stick it, so just put a little bit of glue kind of in the middle of the dimensional, so then you can stick it onto the velvet. The dimensional adhesive will keep it there to begin with, and then the adhesive, the multi-purpose liquid glue or green glue or Tombow, whatever you want to call it, will then help. Good suggestion, Lorna, thank you for that. So what's in the kit? There is a card base, there is a liner, which I haven't put on mine, but there is a liner because Old Olive and writing is not a good mix. There's a cinnamon cider layer, which is the slightly smaller size, so it's 5.5 by 3 3/4 in metric terms, well, using metric cardstock. Then there's a strip of white and a strip of red, but those are just so that you can either heat emboss or not. Excellent, Judith, that's the idea. So Judith has saved the video so that she can watch it back when the kit arrives, which is always good. So this is the paper and this is on the back. So it's these Christmas trees, which what I'm going to suggest, the first thing you do is cut this bottom, because we're going to want that piece. So it's good to cut it away so that you don't lose it, because that is that piece. Yeah. I mean, we'll trim it, we'll make it straight for a start. So then we just fussy cut around. These are really easy to cut out. They're just simple shapes. Most of the paper is just simple shapes. Some of the shapes have dies that match if you get the bundle. The trees actually don't. It's the snowflakes, the stars, the bauble and the bell have dies. The Christmas trees don't. They really are very simple to cut out, so it's not really a great effort, frankly. So I'll go round the corner and then we're just going to chop that piece off, which we won't use. but most of what I'm sending is going to be used, which is always nice. And there's even 5 little red rhinestones in the kit, so you can either use 3 or 5. I have used 5 for my card. Now I know not everyone's into gingerbread, not everyone's into Christmas. I apologise if you don't tick either of those boxes, but I kind of like this paper. It's growing on me. When I first saw it, I was thinking, meh, it's all right, meh. And I don't know that I would ever put icing on gingerbread, but that's just me. I mean, gingerbread men, you put a little bit of icing on just for their features. Oh, has anyone watched the gingerbread hacker? It's hysterical on YouTube. Just in YouTube, search for gingerbread hacker, and that's the New Zealand, the All Blacks hacker, H-A-K-A. Hello, Jan from a steamy Florida. It's actually quite humid here today. It's not very warm, but it is.
Right. Thank you very much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. And
sorry, something has just
again,
come
so,
in that shouldn't have.
Turn the kettle off and start.
That's better. This is the auction that's running in the background. And even though I had the volume turned off, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about with the auction, you'll gather if you watch this back. I may touch on it in a minute. Anyway, so yes, it's miserly here today, so it's not very warm, it's just miserly. So yes, the auction. As most of you will know, my father passed away in March, and we've just cleared his house, and there are a few bits that are auctionable, and the auction is today. I had a training call this morning, just as it was starting, and of course I've got this afternoon. So yeah, it's and he's got lots right the way through the catalogue. So I'm busy trying to write down what things are going for how much. Some things have been surprising, some have been a little disappointing, but you know, it's fine. It will be what it will be. But yeah, they're doing it online. So although there are people in the auction room, so there are live bidders, there are also internet bidders and telephone bidders. And in fact, one of the items was a Russian spoon, and it's gone back to Russia, which is actually quite nice. Right, so for the stamping, as I say, I've included both red and, so this is real red, which is the red that's in the paper, and white, because I've heat embossed this one, but I'm going to just stamp for the second one. So I'm going to do that now so that it's done, and then we can just put it all together. Now this has Merry Christmas, and I've taken it from the Wishing You a Merry Christmas, which is quite easy to do when you're heat embossing, because you can just brush away the powder. Less simple if you're going to stamp it in colour, but there is a hack, talking about hackers. So, post-it note, love a post-it note. So I'm going to pop my post-it note over the Wishing You a, and then I'm going to get my real red ink and make a real mess. But I want this in real red, so I can ink it up in real red. Let's get rid of one inky thing before I worry about the next one. Peel that off, put it in the bin while I remember, and then just stamp this. And I do want it reasonably near the edge, and I will then just trim my card down. So there is Merry Christmas, as opposed to Wishing You a Merry Christmas. So do have a look at your stamps, and if you don't want to do all of something, a post-it note is a really good way of not having everything inked up. Now, not everything will work, so I couldn't do Sending You Peppermint. That would be quite, I mean, why you'd say Sending You Peppermint, I don't know, but that would be harder. But for things like the Wishing You a Merry Christmas, very easy to do Merry. You could even do just Happy. So if you wanted to do Happy and then choose a birthday stamp, you could do happy birthday if you liked the font that the happy was in. So yeah, do have a look at your stamps and think how you can use them. Right, okay, so don't need the block anymore. So what I'm going to do is trim this down. I'm going to use my big trimmer because this is quite a large piece of card. I'm just going to trim it shorter, but then I'm going to, just to prove that I can use this trimmer rather than my chopper, I'm going to do that. So we've now got a narrower Merry Christmas, like that. So let's make this up. Vellum, as we know, is love a ginger snap with a cup of tea. Oh, but not keen on gingerbread. Oh, I love gingerbread. Vellum, as we know, is a bit of a so-and-so when it comes to adhesive. That's the word I'm trying to say and failing abysmally. So we're going to hide it, obviously. Right, so actually I don't want that first. What I want is one of these. Now I can't decide. I think I'll put the white one over the edge and then that one there, because then this gets a bit of a contrast against the vellum. So the first thing I'm going to do is add adhesive to the back of this, and I'm going to use Seal, and I'm just going to arbitrarily add, if it would like to run, yay, arbitrarily add Seal to the back. It doesn't matter if you go over the edge a bit. In fact, I probably will end up putting some over the edge, but I start just with some on the, so I can get it on the vellum. And then I'm going to line up my vellum on my grid paper and just pop this down so that it's not actually halfway, you know, we're not cutting the tree in half. That looks a little meant. Looks a bit too purposeful if you do that, which I don't think is a great plan. And then this one is going to go about there. So at this point I can add adhesive to this, knowing where my bits are going to go. Although actually I could add, no, I'm going to add my paper first, so I'm going to leave this one off for the moment. So I am going to use my chopper for this, if I can find my chopper. So this is, and obviously you can use whichever side you want. I just quite liked using the diagonal. So let's chop. Now it's not completely straight, but it's going to be covered up, so it doesn't matter. So actually, oh no, that end is going to be seen. So that end I will trim straight, but this bit here, which isn't technically straight, is going to be covered up. So let's not fret over the fact that it's not straight. So this is going to go about there. So let's pop that on. And again, I'm going to put the adhesive kind of where I think it's going to be covering the vellum. And then that's going to come up about there. Then we've got our other piece that I've given people. Now this I am going to cut down a little bit, but that's going to go there. So I'm going to add adhesive to part of it and add that. Now the diagonal's going the other way because it is. It's fine. It's allowed to go in either direction. Let's get that straight. That's why I love grid paper, because you can get things straight on it. And then this bit I will trim off when we put it all together. Hello, Jackie B from Texas. So now we can stick our tree on. She says, except I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm now going to add adhesive to the back of my vellum, because I now know where most of it's going to be hidden. So this is going to go kind of there. So again, I can put adhesive there because I know there's going to be something covering it up, and there, and even there, because that's going to go off the edge. So let's bring in our cinnamon cider, and we can add our vellum. Does that look straight? It does. Miracles will never cease. And this is why you don't want to put adhesive behind your vellum unless you're going to cover it up, because it's pretty ugly, frankly. Pretty ugly. So this is going on to dimensionals. So one. It's paper, so I'm going to be more generous than I would be if it was card. But if it was card, I'd probably only put 3 on, but it is paper. So just to protect it, I will use more. And then this can come about there, making sure I cover up my adhesive. Now I'm coming a little bit further over than I did on the other one because my adhesive is a bit too far over, but it's fine. That's part of the whole thing, is that they're all going to be different. And then this we're going to have about here, and I'm going to cut this just with scissors at what I would call a jaunty angle, except I want to go that way. A jaunty angle, so that's then going to go there. So we want a dimensional under this bit. Actually, I'm going to use a small dimensional, and then I'm going to put some adhesive here to hold the rest of it. And I've stuck my strip to the back. Right, so take off our glue, and then this can just pop there. So as I say, this is covered by is held up with a dimensional. This has got glue, and once that's set, that will be nice and rigid. So now I'm going to pop it all on my card base. Now I'm going to use glue, and then I'll trim the end and stick my rhinestones on. So it's a wider margin than usual. Like that. Stick that down, and as ever, trim from the back. Much easier if you trim from the back. Then my 5 little rhinestones, let's get rid of that. Grab my take your pick tool, get rid of some of the mess. And I'm going to have one down here again, going to have one tucked in there, one, and basically mirroring where they were on the first one at this point. They're quite good for filling in little gaps. And then overlapping pieces, really good if you have something that joins the vellum over to the cinnamon cider, so it makes it look as if it's more intentional. And then this you can stick again so that it overlaps, and the little glue that is on the back of that will help the vellum from flapping around in the breeze. So that is our card, and I say this is the one with the heat embossing. And then these were our little gift boxes. So this is the one I prepped. This is the one I made with you. But let me show you what's in the thank you kit. So, depending on whether people placed a qualifying order, which Judith did, she knew she was getting genial gems. There's also a little gingerbread pouch. This time I've done it so that this is the flap, with some of the sheer real red ribbon, and there's some little treats in there which I will leave in there so that there is a little bit of a surprise for Judith. Then obviously the box pack, the card pack which comes with an envelope, and you also get the card that I've made, which is will be in an envelope, and this shows the bell and the whole of the Sending Peppermint Kisses, or rather the Sending Peppermint Kisses heat embossed, and everyone's going to get a different ornament. So there's bells, there's stars, there's baubles, and snowflakes. So just a simple card, and it's early espresso and real red with cinnamon cider, because those are the colours in the paper. So there we go. That is my little thing. That I also do gift vouchers. So every time you place an order that's at least £30, for every £30 in that order you get a voucher. Collect 10 vouchers and you exchange them for up to £30 of product from a current catalogue. Woo! So there you go. That is my YouTube live for today. Has anyone got any questions? Any comments? I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please do give me the old thumbs up. A couple of you have already. But if you'd like to give me a couple more, that would be lovely. If you don't already subscribe, that would be wonderful too. If you haven't already voted for me on Kylie Bertucci's international blog highlights, if you look at the blog post that I posted Monday into Tuesday, you can find the link to vote, which would be wonderful, because the prize is one of those money can't buy prizes, which is to do a hop with Kylie, which would be amazing, frankly. So yeah, Jan loves them. Thank you, Jan. So yeah. Oh, got some more likes. Thank you. I'm going to flip the camera so that I can see you properly. If my mouse would like to work. There we go. It was a very, very cheap mouse, and it's proving that it was cheap now. The fact that it's working at all is amazing, because it's had the same battery for about 3 years, and I lost it and then I found it again, and it's working because it goes to sleep when you don't use it, which is pretty good. And there's even more likes. Thank you. Now, if you're watching the replay, if you've got any questions or comments, you can always leave those in the description bar below, or in the bit below the description bar. I'm a little bit behind on replying, but I normally reply once a week, and actually I think I am up to date as far as that's concerned. I try to do them more than once a week, but I always endeavour to do them at least once a week. So if you have got any questions when you're watching on replay, do please drop those in the comments below. So other than that, I will wish you all a very happy remains of your day. For those of you in the US of A, have a lovely day, because I know it's early doors with you. If you're in the UK, have a good afternoon, and let's hope that the weather cheers up a little bit. It's supposed to be nicer this week, but it's overcast and miserly at the moment, which is a bit bleh. But yeah, so thank you very much indeed. I will look forward to seeing you hopefully on Tuesday, 11 o'clock UK time. Obviously there will be a Simple Stamping Saturday video on Saturday morning. Don't know what I'm going to use for that yet. Oh, I don't know. I think I might. Excellent, Judith. I'm glad you've enjoyed it, and yes, you can look forward to your parcel. At least you don't know what's in the pillow box that I'm sending you. You know there's something, you just don't know what it is. So yes. Oh, while I remember, 11 of us at my virtual retreat. So this is the team retreat. 11 of us at the virtual retreat, which is later in September. So that'll be fun. Thank you, Jackie, for voting, and I'm glad you like the cards and the pillow boxes. Right, okay, I will let you go. I will bring up my end screen, and I will hopefully see you on Tuesday. And if you've got any questions, do drop them in the details below. Thank you very much. Bye.